you to understand that fasting is something that all religion do observe. All the religions, they do observe fasting and prayer. The Hindus observe fasting and prayer. The Christians observe fasting and prayer. The Muslims, they observe fasting and prayer. So fasting and prayer is a what? It's a spiritual discipline. It's a spiritual discipline. So fasting is something that makes us to do what? To re-equip our spirit back to God. Now, in my own, I say fasting is the process which we go through to do what? To make our spirit to be disciplined. That is fasting. And fasting is for a spiritual purpose. Fasting is not just abstinence from food. The scholars, they will define fasting as what? Abstinence from food. But I want to let you know something. There is something significant about fasting, that it is not just only about or abstinence from food. I don't know if somebody is understanding me. Fasting is not just only an abstinence from food. But I want to tell you that fasting should be done willingly. Nobody should force you to do fasting. Don't do fasting because the church is doing fasting. My family is fasting, then I have to fast. No. When you understand the importance of fasting, you will not allow anybody to do what? To force you to fast. Fasting is done willingly. And when you fast, when you use the word that fasting is done willingly, that is to say, you do what? You deprive yourself from every pleasure. Somebody is hearing what I'm saying. You deprive yourself from every pleasure. What are the pleasures? Number one, food is one of the pleasures of life. If you can write it down, you know that because God is speaking. Food is one of the pleasures of life. Now, when we talk about food and pleasure, we cannot just categorize or just generalize it on food. But there are so many things that we have pleasure on. I don't know what is your pleasure. But today God wants to speak to you. There is something that we love to do, that every time we want to spend time in doing that. Just as we love to eat food. What about ice cream? Some people like chocolate. They like chocolate so much. Some people like to do what? Some people like to press phone. Those days I have a friend. If you remember those days, there is this game they call Nintendo game. How many of you played Nintendo game? Nintendo. That you bring that kind of old kind of cassette, you slot it into cartridge. I'm telling you, we are ready to die for that game. That is pleasure. We have so much pleasure on that game. Anything you tell us to do, as soon as we wake up, the first thing that comes to our mind is what? Nintendo game. Do you know there are people who love to drink? There are people who love to smoke. They find so much pleasure in drinking, in smoking. Now, when you fast, if you can be able to abstain from these things, it's also fasting. Do you know that? Don't mistake fasting. Don't think it's only when you stop eating food. But God is going to teach us something this morning. I'm just only trying to set your mind so that you know where I'm going, because I'm driving 50. I love that word of Donald Trump. So fast.